Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's Logan from Calling Our Shop, back with some more MLB picks on this Monday, July 19th. Guys, it's a new week. That means it's time for a new streak. Let's get back to our winning ways before the All-Star break. This weekend was not kind to us one bit. We are going to make some money this week. The slate is absolutely beautiful, so I love it, and we are going to win some money, as always. Again, my name's Logan. I do the MLB picks daily on this side of the channel. And if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Go ahead and mash that subscribe button for us. It's free, and it really helps us grow this channel. And again, if baseball isn't your thing and you're getting burned out like me, yeah, I do get burned out, believe it or not. Betting baseball is quite tiresome. But Austin and I will be back in the fall picking all sorts of football. Austin will be doing fantasy football videos. He's already got one out, his mock draft. More content to come. This channel is going to the moon because of you guys. So again, we really appreciate you mashing that subscribe button if you already aren't subbed. And lastly, we appreciate our COS All-Stars all over the screen, our current COS All-Stars. And if you're interested in joining just like these real MVPs, either click the join button next to the channel name or the first link in the description below. Guys, it's a Monday morning. You think it's easy doing these picks videos? No, absolutely not, but I do it for the COS All-Stars. Only $2.99 a month. So I'm just saying, I really think it is worth it, and it's just a little tip to Austin and I for go ahead and doing these videos. Let's do a quick recap of last night. Again, I don't love it one bit. The weekend was not kind to us. Lots of really annoying outcomes. Detroit first five money line, cashed that one. That was a plus money winner. Luckily, the Tigers just absolutely clutched up for us. Oakland first five run line, nope. They tied, and the first dang pitch of the game was a home run for the Indians, and I knew right then and there it was not meant to be, and I knew right then and there I was suffering an L, yesterday. Kansas City money line, nope. They dropped a goose egg against Matt Harvey and his super high ERA. That was just embarrassing how you get shut out like that. And Gray strikeout total, that was an L because he missed it by one. Again, you hear some pain, and dejection in my voice, but that's okay. But right, guys, because betting baseball is a marathon, not a sprint. How many times do I have to tell you that? And where are we starting today? Twins versus White Sox. I'm starting at White Sox run line, -110 in game one. First of all, you got Griffin Jax pitching for Minnesota. Call me casual. I don't really know who this guy is, right? Rolling in there with that 8.6 ERA. 5 innings pitched and 6 earned runs. This year is his only start. So, in his only start, he gave up some earned runs. That's what I get from it, right? Lance Lynn, by comparison, is on the mound. 1 and 5 earned runs in each of his last 3 starts. He's a good pitcher. He's probably one of the better ones the White Sox can offer. And, look at what he's done versus Minnesota this year. 1, 2, and 0 earned runs in each of his 3 starts versus Minnesota. I love that. He's probably gonna keep the Minnesota bats in check. And the question is, can that amazing White Sox offense get to Griffin Jax? Sure, absolutely. They're third in runs, fifth in hits. Why not? Why wouldn't they be able to rough him up a little bit? And let's just say, for argument's sake, Griffin Jax is dealing, right? Well, then maybe that bullpen's gonna come in. I know this is a doubleheader, so there's less opportunities to hit the bullpen, but the bullpen is 25th in ERA. Yeah, so there's definitely going to be some opportunities. Maybe the cover run comes a little bit later. But by comparison, the White Sox, much better bullpen. 12th in bullpen ERA. Again, all the advantages, all the boxes are checked at that -110 odds, even odds. Sure, I will take a chance on it, even being game one of the doubleheader. Lock that one in. Moving on to our next pick, Red Sox versus Blue Jays. Yep, I'm taking Blue Jays money line, -130. Look, guys, I was probably watching, like you guys, some Sunday Night Baseball, and the Boston Red Sox offense, they just, they stunk. They could only muster up 1 run versus Jameson Taillon. That tells you everything you need to know right there. And I learned on the broadcast a fun stat, right? Boston Red Sox have the highest chase rate in the MLB. It makes sense because if you look at some of the hitters, there's some really young hitters in that lineup, and they really just swing for the fences all the time. Maybe if they're connecting, Boston's scoring a lot, but you see what happens when they're not hitting those home runs. The best I can do is 1 run, right? Pivetta is on the mound for Boston, right? 6 and 4 earned runs versus Toronto this year, so he's definitely given up those earned runs. By comparison, Stripling is on the mound for Toronto, 4 and 6 earned runs for him as well, versus Boston. So, both pitchers have given up their fair share of earned runs, but again, I'm not going to ignore what I watched last night. I watched a lot of swinging and missing for Boston and those hitters. So you're just imagine, they're just magically going to get hot again. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen the evidence for that one bit. So if you want to be, a contrarian and buck the trend, go pick Red Sox. But that won't be me today, right? Pivetta in his last 3, 4, 0, and 6 earned runs. So we love the 4 and the 6 for our Blue Jays. Stripling by comparison, 4, 1, and 2. So if you look at what they've done, for us lately, Stripling has been a little bit better than Pivetta. But you know what? It's going to come down to those, those bats and look at the strikeouts for each team, right? Boston 14th in Ks, Toronto 5th in Ks. Again, offensive advantage. I'm taking Toronto. Who's denying that? Who's denying what they just did to the Rangers in those doubleheaders, right? And Boston's bullpen stunk it up last night. Absolutely, they were terrible. And why am I so extra mad at that? Because FanDuel gives away free SGP sometimes, and I made one right before first pitch. And the only leg that didn't hit was the under 9.5 total runs. Why? Because the Boston bullpen came in there and absolutely sold me. Yes, that was the only leg that did not hit in my parlay. So I'm extra mad, and I was extra in pain. And I'm like, I'm picking Blue Jays tomorrow because everything I just saw last night was so stinky. That's why I'm locking them in. I don't care if it's minus 130. I don't care if it's minus 200. Screw the Red Sox and screw what they did last night, right? A lot of people picked them too, and they were just so hurt. Rant over. Moving on to our next pick, Angels versus A's. I'm taking Angels team total over 4 runs, minus 125 odds. Look, they got Irvin on the mound for Oakland, 4 earned runs in both of his starts versus the Angels. So look, there's the team total right there. I'd love for him to do what he's been doing. Maybe he doesn't quite give up 4 earned runs today, but I saw what the Indians bats did against the A's. Again, another game I was watching. And the Indians bats in that series hit this team total 2 out of 3 times. And the Indians bats are much worse than the Angels, right? Angels 6th in runs, 3rd in hits. Great offensive team. Again, guys, all the evidence here is pointing to them being able to hit this team total. It's only 4 runs. I mean, I'm not asking for 5.5 or 6 or just something crazy. No, they will have opportunities. You know what? The Indians were able to hit the better pitching on Oakland, and they're trotting out Irvin. Nope, I like it, and that's why I'm locking in the team total for the Angels. And moving on to our next pick, Giants versus Dodgers. I'm taking Giants first 5 money line plus 100 odds in this one. Yeah, I mean, I love the value on this one. First off, you got Gausman on the mound for San Fran and his 1.7 ERA. Very solid pitcher. He's great. He does this. Versus the Dodgers, 3 and 0 earned runs, versus the Dodgers this year. I don't love the 3. It's going to make cash on a first 5 money line tough. But you know what? The 0 is encouraging. Gonsolin is on the mound for the Dodgers. 1, 0, and 1 earned runs in each of his last 3 starts. He hasn't faced the Giants yet, but I mean, he's a good pitcher, right? Obviously with that low ERA. Offensively, if you look at these two teams, there's no real edge. But what I do want to point your attention to, the over-under to this first 5, which is what I was originally going to pick, is set to 4.5, which is very high for these two pitchers and their low ERAs, right? The under is of course minus 140. I didn't find a ton of value there, but you know what? You can play it if you really like. Again, I just look at this over 4.5 and I'm like, which pitcher is more likely to give up some earned runs here? Gonsolin, who hasn't even faced the Giants yet, or Gausman, and he's been very solid this year. Again, I just think the Giants bats are due to break out of their little ice cold slump that they've been in. They really did struggle manufacturing runs against St. Louis, and who's to say they won't break out today? I like the Giants. If at the very least, maybe this is one of those first 5 ties. Again, with the money line, we would still push if it ties. So again, I like the opportunities there and the value plus money. Sure, I will lay the plus 100 for the Giants. And last picks, guys. I'm making a money line parlay. I know you guys got super excited last time I did it because it did hit. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and play it. There's some favorites today that really shouldn't lose given their matchups. First one we're starting with, and bear with me here, Astros money line. Look, there's no value betting it so low, but they just have to get back on track, and they have to get back on track at home versus the Cleveland Indians, who look too good against Oakland, right? This is a spot that the Astros must win. Rays money line, they're facing the Orioles, and the Orioles are definitely the inferior team there. And the White Sox money line in game one, that comes out to be plus 190 odds. Again, just a quick little money line parlay for these game ones. I know, game ones can sometimes be unpredictable, but those three teams really shouldn't lose. And when you're betting baseball, you have to say who shouldn't lose, because there's no such thing as a lock, not one bit, right? It's gambling. There's no locks. That just doesn't exist. But we like those chances, and that's why I will lock that money line parlay in. Let's recap the picks, though, one last time for you guys. White Sox run line in game one, Blue Jays money line, Angels team total over, Giants first five money line, and the money line parlay if you choose to play it. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the absolute best. Let's have a great start of our week. As always, let me know your favorite plays down below. I'll be back tomorrow. See ya.